We're starting with breaking updates coming in as Pakistan tries to distort facts around Operation Sindoor. India has taken its truth to the world. A high-powered all-party parliamentary delegation is on a global mission countering these lies of Pakistan, exposing terror and defending India's decisive response to the Pahalgam attack. The message is loud and clear. India will not tolerate terror and the world must stand with the victims and not with the perpetrators. India's all-party delegation continues to expose Pakistan's fake war narratives across global platforms. From Oaisi to Azad to Tarur, leaders across party lines have declared that Operation Sindoor is not about religion but about India's united war against terror. Asaduddin Oaisi has slammed Pakistan's stupid jokers, while Shashi Tharoor called it a clear case of cross-border terror, not communal strife.
Yesterday, the Pakistani army chief had gifted a photo to the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. President of Pakistan was there, the Speaker of National Assembly was there. And these stupid jokers, they want to compete with India. They had given a photograph of a 2019 Chinese army drill, claiming it's a victory over India. Now this is what Pakistan indulges in. They cannot even give a proper photograph. Just imagine that your own country's Prime Minister, President, Speaker of National Assembly is there. Your so-called Mr. Field Marshal is there. And the Field Marshal gives a photograph of a Pakistani Chinese drill of PHL-03 in 2019. So this is what Pakistan indulges in. And that is why you must not, whatever Pakistan is saying, don't even take it with a pinch of salt. Rely on what our foreign ministry is saying, our official spokesperson are saying.
The second time, I was in Srinagar on 22nd of April, when this unfortunate massacre took place in Pahalgam, Baisaran Pahalgam. We have seen with our eyes that there were mosques. From the mosque there was call by the Imam, but this time there was a call from the religious leaders and the leaders of all political parties come on the roads against the Pakistan and Pakistan-sponsored terrorists. So and that didn't continue for one day. It continued almost for 7 days.
Indian delegations have taken our message to the world. Every corner of the world, India's message against terror is loud and clear, being put out quite eloquently by the leaders, cutting across party lines. Senior Consulting Editor Shinjoy Chaudhary and my colleagues Niyamika as well as Sabyasachi are joining us on the broadcast with the details of how India is putting out this message to the world and the politics that's playing out in the country as well. And Sabyasachi, this photograph that we're just playing out as well is just a small indication of the joke that Pakistan has become, making a Chinese drill look like a victory against India. I mean, this speaks volumes about what Pakistan is doing, the fakery that it's trying to put out to the entire world. And the Indian delegations have very clearly not just spoken about India's message against terror, but are also exposing Pakistan's fakery one step at a time.
Well, that's right. See, the Indian delegation is exposing Pakistan's fakery in foreign countries. In fact, the message is very much clear from India that this time the world should understand the fakery that is coming out from Pakistan and the claims that they are making of victory. In fact, Asaduddin Oaisi very much clearly said, called out Pakistan as stupid jokers, as they can't even copy properly. In fact, several of the Member of Parliament who are representing India in in different foreign countries have called out on India's unity, stating that the delegation that has been visiting foreign countries, in this particular delegation, there are members who belong to different states, members who speak different mother tongues, members who are from different caste and religion, but when it comes to national security, India is united. And the delegation also pointed out that how the terrorists wanted to spark a religious war in the country by only attacking the Hindus in Pahalgam, but India did not support that, and India put out a strong message of unity where people from every caste, every religion came together to protest against Pakistan, to call out Pakistan's sponsor of terrorism time and again. And that is the very point where several members of parliament, be it Mr. Asauddin Owaisi or Shashi Tharoor or Valian Jay Panda, all of them are pointing out.
Okay, all right. So making it clear that Pakistan is lying to the world. Because remember, just yesterday, Shehbaz Sharif in Turkey had claimed a victory against India. And Srinjoy, this is what Pakistan has been doing. Going to Turkey, and there as well, interestingly, Shehbaz Sharif claimed that this was a victory against India. Turkey made no mention whatsoever about the India-Pakistan standoff. And this is what Pakistan has been doing. While on one hand, India is celebrating the milestone of being the fourth largest economy. On the other hand, you have Pakistan falling on these lies, going and telling this story to the world. And you have the Prime Minister who is using this opportunity to only seek arms from the other countries.
Even the Turks did not believe what Pakistan said. Even the Turks were silent when Shehbaz Sharif said what they did. And the Turks, their only interest in Pakistan is to sell weapons. They have no other great love for Pakistan. That's one point. The second more important thing is, regardless of what Pakistan does, what India does is much more important. And the decision to have these groups of MPs, regardless of their political affiliations, but people like Owaisi, people as articulate as Shashi Tharoor, to go to different parts of the world is actually a grand idea. Because now every country, not just the P5, not just the big countries, will know where India stands. It will lead to India's goodwill. The second part is the timing of it. If this were in September or August even, then there would be the United Nations General Assembly. There would be the UN in progress. But now in the middle of May, that is not so. So if you have to tell the world, you have to be articulate and you have to be proactive. And that is what the government has done. Get articulate, well-spoken, intelligent people to go to different parts of the world and explain India's position. And by doing so, India is making it very clear. India wants peace. India is against terrorism. India has faced terror attacks from 1989. India has been forced to retaliate. India has hit terror camps and terror headquarters when Pakistan should have done it because they are in its country. And if Pakistan turns a Nelson's eye to terror camps and in fact leaving alone that, even pays for them, arms these people, trains these people, then India has to do something about it. And that is precisely what India is saying. And Pahalgam, India is making it very clear, is not a one-off event.
Yes.
We are talking about a series of events. Let's not forget 26/11, when 166 people were killed. Let's not forget two other attacks on security personnel in the past in Kashmir. And let's not forget that Pahalgam was against tourists, civilians, and men were killed in front of their wives. Now this is something, and people of a particular religion, Hindus were chosen and then they were shot. Now if this is the kind of attacks India faces, India is forced to retaliate.
Yes.
This is the message that India has sent to different countries in the world. And the right people have gone to the right countries with the right message.
Yes.
Now, after that, the world is clearly on India's side.
Absolutely. This is about India's right to defend itself, and it's important to take this message to every single country in the world and expose Pakistan globally. In fact, the delegations have been speaking about India's zero tolerance towards terror, talking about how Pahalgam is not a one-off incident and how there were people, the tourists, innocent tourists who had been singled out by these terrorists. Take a look at the delegation and how they've been taking India's message to the world.
कि जो दो इकोनॉमी एक साथ स्टार्ट हुई, आज हम दुनिया में चौथे नंबर पर हैं और वो हमसे 11 गुना पीछे है. मतलब हमारी इकोनॉमी और उसकी इकोनॉमी में कोई तुलना नहीं. उसके पीछे क्या रीजन है? उसका एकमात्र उद्देश्य है कि भारत से बदला लेना. और हमारा एकमात्र उद्देश्य है, जो लीडर ने कहा कि हमारे यहां जो हिंदू, मुस्लिम, सिख, ईसाई, बौद्ध, जैन जो भी हैं, उनको हम कैसे गरीब से अमीर बनाएं, कैसे उनको प्रॉपर एजुकेशन दें, कैसे उनको हेल्थ दें. और उसका इंपैक्ट आपको यहां भी दिखाई दे रहा होगा कि कुवैत में लोग आ रहे हैं, बहरीन में आ रहे हैं, सऊदी अरब में आ रहे हैं, तो लोग पढ़ लिख के आ रहे हैं और उनके मन में जो है फीलिंग है. तो हम बुद्ध का देश जरूर हैं, लेकिन उसका रास्ता जब आतंकवाद होगा तो वो युद्ध से ही जाएगा.
So taking India's message to the world, talking about the economies of India and Pakistan as well, and making it clear that Pakistan is using all its might to attack India, and that's the reason why the world is not seeing any economic progress in Pakistan. So the economic growth stories of the two countries also speak for itself. But Nyamika, it's a very clear message in sending out an all-party delegation as well. This is to show to the world that India is united. The delegations are speaking in one voice for India. Unfortunately, at a time like this, the same can't be said about political leaders within the country who continue to question our forces as well as the government. Has there been a rethink within the Congress party over the strategy on how to go about this at a time when the delegations are making news for being united and taking India's message and very, very vocally talking about India's message against terror?
Well, Pratibha, if we talk about this initiative of Government of India for sending an all-party delegation to different countries to brief them about the India's policy for zero tolerance for terror, as for that reason, no matter how much there is an ideological differences between all of these member of parliaments, but there they are portraying a united front. All of these member of parliaments are portraying what India stands for, as there is no tolerance for terrorism, and that is the only reason why this clear message has been given to all these countries wherever this all-party delegation has gone. And for that reason, if we talk about the domestic politics, then clearly the Congress party is continuously questioning the political leadership of our country. They are saying that we are standing with our armed forces, but there are certain questions which we need to ask from the political leadership, from Prime Minister Narendra Modi or the External Affairs Minister. However, if we talk about Congress party in particular, then there is a difference of opinion within the party itself, because on one side we have seen that several of the leaders, including the Congress General Secretary Jairam Ramesh, is continuously questioning the Prime Minister and the External Affairs Minister. We have seen that how Rahul Gandhi has also responding over the same. He is also making tweets questioning the External Affairs Minister, as they are stick on the point that it must be answered on the part of the External Affairs Minister that why the ceasefire announcement was being done by the US President Donald Trump, why there was as per the allegation of the Congress party, that why there was the information which was being given to Pakistan before we had attacked the terror outfits there in Pakistan. So all of these questions are being raised by the top leadership, by Rahul Gandhi or by the General Secretary Jairam Ramesh. But there are certain leaders within the Congress party itself who are of the opinion that it is not right, that on one part we are saying that we are standing with the government, we are saying that we are standing with our armed forces during Operation Sindoor, then then what is the reason why we are questioning them after this Operation Sindoor has been successfully completed, when our own members, when our own MPs have gone there in the all-party delegation? Then there is no such point of questioning the political leadership within our country. If you remember, then it was none other than the Lok Sabha MP of the Congress party, Mr. Tariq Anwar, who had also raised this question that either you should question the government or you should boycott sending your member of parliament to be there in this all-party delegation, because the domestic issues which are being raised by the Congress party, either they should be sorted out, otherwise they should not send their member of parliament in this all-party delegation. So there is a difference of opinion within the Congress party itself, saying that it is not right on the part of the Congress leaders to question the government of India or to question the external affairs minister or prime minister regarding Operation Sindoor or whatever action has been taken by our government attacking the terror outfits there in Pakistan.
But that clearly does not seem to have stopped top leaders like Rahul Gandhi, who have been raising these questions. But we want to point out, look at the members of the delegations. These are political leaders within the country who have been critics of the government on various other issues, but have been very, very clear that on matters of national security, India needs to speak in one voice. These leaders have spoken about how India has responded in its right to defend itself in the aftermath of the terror attack.
But this entire delegation is here and we are traveling to 4 countries. The first country is here today. We are here in Doha yesterday and today. Tomorrow we leave for South Africa. From there we go to Ethiopia. To us is that we need to tell the world that India stands united against terrorism. अगर भारत पे कोई हमला करेगा तो हर भारतीय एक साथ उसके खिलाफ, आतंकवाद के खिलाफ पूरी ताकत से लड़ेगा. And I think that is the message we have come here to give.
And that's the message that needs to go out as well. Srinjoy, as we were, talking about how political leaders have been critics of the government on various issues, but have been speaking in one voice on matters of national security, because India needs to put up a united front. This is a war against terror, and India has made it extremely clear. Unfortunately, though, we are seeing politics play out. There are several questions that have been raised even on the External Affairs Minister. This is despite official clarifications also coming in from the Ministry of External Affairs.
Well, first of all, you rightly said, you're absolutely correct when you say that you can criticize the government in many ways. But as far as national security is concerned, all of us are together. All of India is together. All of India is standing firm on this and unitedly on this. Because when 26 tourists are killed in Pahalgam, it's not that one party is affected. The entire country is affected. So on an issue like that, on an issue against these repeated terror attacks, which are supported by the establishment in Pakistan, India has to be united. India has to stand firm. About that, there is no doubt. And quite rightly, you have people from the government, from the BJP, from its allies, but also from the opposition.
And this is a message to enjoy not just to the entire world, but to the naysayers within the country as well, isn't it? We'll have to leave it at that. Thank you for joining us with all those details. So the delegations are taking India's message to the world.